This good evening, and this topic has to do with all kinds of teams. How you handle the team as a team member. But the first team I want to consider is how you handle the team as husband and wife, parent and child. Then it can be a business partner, two business partners. It could be a cricket team or any other team. 7 characteristics that need to be balanced well for maximum profitability or maximum benefit. And if those characters are not balanced, great friends can become very, disappointed enemies almost, if you don't balance the characters that are involved in you, character abilities that were given for sharing life. So, as I said, this is true for marriage, this is true for any other team. I want to take a special interest about marriage and family parenting, how these 7 characters affect. First character is the futuristic ability people possess. So the futuristic ability has to do with how well you can foresee what is best for your family or what is best in your business for the next season. So those who can see the next season can say this will work in a business, this business will not work, we need to wind it down, particularly in a season like this futuristic ability. It's a nature, a speculative nature, imaginative nature. So it can work in actuaries, it can work in where you invest in an investment. Seeing the tomorrow well, feeling, seeing, sensing tomorrow well. Now, the second quality or character attitude is given to manage today well and safe. So there are those who are good on the next step and almost, if I may call it, the next spring. They are good on the next step and the next spring. Others who are good on managing the today safely. Unfortunately, now let's say husband is very imaginative. People will call him visionary. He's all the time thinking of advancing and doing well in the future. But he can take unnecessary risk. And the wife may be the one, this particular wife, for instance, may be the one who understands safety today, manage today safely for the family wealth and all that. So these 2 character attributes that should serve a tandem, complementing one another. The futuristic possibility of advancing and doing better, and the looking after the present well, safety and stewardship management should work together, but the one who sees tomorrow's advance can become hasty and not discuss it with the partner and go headlong with it without adequate safeguards. Other thing is, how much the measure are you trying to increase? Suppose you have a business with a turnover of, let's say, 3 million. Now, if you are projecting that next year your turnover can be 6 million, that's a reasonable doubling. But if you imagine that your turnover can be 30 million, 10 times more, that's beyond measure. So this prophecy nature, seeing the future nature, seeing, feeling and hearing what others don't, and you see it early. This seeing nature, a photographic eye has. So photographers take it from an angle, everything comes alive. Artists have. They see some scenario and they paint it, it looks real, lifelike. So that the imaginative forecasting nature applicable in business and even in research. Even in medical research, there are people who sense, or in any other field research, this area has not been investigated properly or researched. I need to see how this will do. So that's the forecast, advanced, futuristic nature, which must be balanced, the second quality of serving humbly, managing well the present resources. So one who has the futuristic nature and one who manages the present well must not be at loggerheads. They must complement one another. Then comes the next couple or two character attributes that go together or work at tandem. The teacher. Now, teacher is black and white. So the teacher nature would be an engineer, a lawyer, a professional teacher. It's just black and white. A surveyor, accountant, of course. No speculation in it. Therefore, the accounts people can always be at loggerheads with the operational people who see future, who see possibility, who see prospects, and accountant will say, no, mind it today. So the teacher nature and the coach nature, the supportive nature. So the teacher works with 9 times 9 is 81. And if the student says 9 times 9 is 99, you can't say that's a good answer, try again. No, you can't. So teachers, engineers, lawyers are very precise, exacting you may say, and it can become a character flip because you don't allow anyone's opinion to come into. But the coach one is the one who comes alongside, encourages, and gets the maximum possibility out of a person and sees a possibility that the teacher doesn't see. So now suppose the wife is teacher-like, exacting to the point and all that, and the husband is coach-like. The coach-like person, the encourager, the Greek word is parakletos, the encourager, sees possibility where others don't see possibility and comes alongside. He doesn't command saying, it is this or no, it is this or that, no, it's black or white personality teacher has. But this personality is willing to work with shades and see how best you can come alongside and improve another. So if one spouse is teacher-like and always exacting and crossing the T and dotting the I, the other spouse who is of a, more encouraging mode, then the two can get into loggerheads, and you shouldn't, because you complement one another. You married so that one may see extra possibilities and other may say, look, we have to be wise and, so teacher nature. Then comes the fifth quality, that is ability to handle money. There again you get two kinds of natures. One who is liberal, always want to include others in their success. So every entrepreneur who has wealth to invest can invest it in the stock market or apartment or estate for himself and make a safe investment. Or just keep it in the bank in a fixed deposit, or buy, treasury bills or whatever. Or on the other hand, the more entrepreneurial one will say, I will get into this manufacturing line and I will employ 300 people and I will take the risk of marketing and all that. So this verse says, he who handles money must handle it with liberality. That is to say, the Good Shepherd wants us to work it out that our money works for others. That's what an entrepreneur who deposits or invests money in a industrial complex, risking. It may go wrong, so many people employed, but he takes the risk because he has understood liberality with handling money. So if one spouse or one team member has liberality of handling money, takes a measure of risk, the partner, the wife or partner, will be on the safeguard side, not so much, not so fast, do it little at a time. That would be good advice. But for the one who wants to be liberal and expect a quick gain, could be reckless also. So you must respect each other's design that the Good Shepherd has made, because in that marriage, one functions this way, other functions the other way, but the two together. So in marriage, you must always say, my function is to make the other one function as best as it should be. So marriage is more give than take. If you begin on the basis marriage is give and take, my suggestion is you will increasingly end up by taking more than giving. So start on the basis marriage is more give than take. Now, if you are with me, I will ask you to repeat after me. Marriage is more give than take. So that's the ability or the gift of handling money. Now we have looked at 5 gifts, character attributes that your Father in heaven puts into you in your design. It's there in you. So when 2 people come together, it will work out in parallel, complementing. The first one is the futuristic, taking the next step people. They see ahead people. The other gift that goes on with it, the serving gift, diaconia, make the present safe. Third gift is teacher, exact. Fourth gift is the coach mentality. Let's see how much more we can do with this young fellow. So those 2 couples work together. The 5th one is this liberality of handling finances. The 6th one is leadership. Now in leadership, there are people always who are tight-fisted, very careful, take no risks at all. There are others who delegate fast. Now of course you know, you can't delegate before training. So there's a balance between delegating fast and delegating at the right time. So if one partner wants to delegate fast, recruit more, give more way to the next generation too fast, which shouldn't be. If on the other hand, the other partner is very tight-fisted and in leadership gives no space and time and room for others to develop, they can be at loggerheads with each other. In handling children and parenting also, let's say dad is very careful, but mom wants to give more independence and broaden the scope and broaden the frontiers. So don't be at loggerheads. Understand the Good Shepherd had designed you, one to function one way and the other to function another way, but both together. And last of the gifts I am looking at is the 7th one, is the mercy gift. Here again, both must understand some are quick for mercy, and you see someone poor. In Sri Lanka this is often the case these days. One spouse may say, let's give as much as we can. The other spouse can say, no point, he looks a rascal, he looks a drunk, don't give anything. But the mercy one will say, no, let's give the benefit of the doubt to him, give. And you can have a big argument on whether to be merciful or not. Now the Good Shepherd has given us a set of values. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. So I want you to look at these 7 gifts, and the solution, of course, is to have that counsel of peace inside you. My talk before this one, this would be my 368th one. My 366th one was referring to the reference point of the inner counsel of peace, which comes from the Good Shepherd residing in our heart. His promise is He will lead us into green pastures, He will provide the still waters, and He will provide our table, which means the size of the table, our portion in life, people He places in our life, the position we have in our life, and the purpose. So if we have the Good Shepherd in our life, then these 7 character attributes will function complementing the other. If we don't understand that, very useful contrary natures or complementing natures can clash with each other, and marriage may become not made in heaven but in the other place. So I am Dr. Lalith Mendis. Most of my talks have some science and reason, especially on the digital screen and how it affects the brain. If you need any of those clips, please send a WhatsApp to +94 76 313 4800, and my app is called the Golden Nuggets. You can download it from Google or from App Store. Thank you for listening. Please consider receiving this Good Shepherd into your heart and life. I was an atheist myself, so I was very hard-headed, and my view was only the right view at a certain point of my time. I am a medical academic. At a certain point of my life, I realized that my hard-headed, always questioning nature left no room in the heart for an opinion or a life of another to get into my life. So that's where my change came. I suggest you try the change if you are also hard-headed, hard-headed, not in a bad sense, but we want to cut and dry, I will not believe unless I see kind of attitude. Thank you for listening this evening. Light failed a little towards the end. I hope it was okay. Thank you for listening.